Welcome back to Schureberg. Since the last two videos, a 5-year Arrostandi musically time-lapse and some minor changes like wise connections and zones. In today's episode, you might going to see what is going on in all 4 cities, which contains HSRP transit hubs. But first, Amandabery needs an electrical line. So for that, agricultural requirements done the other work. Times forlorn. To do this, I decided to create another ones, but not quite, and not really. 60 well-known signs you should forget. That's what I do. Let's see. Residential cap lifter. Let's start it over. But the cap lifter should be placed right here. I don't really know. Create more cap and exceed not more than 30,000 population. And so for this one, Amandabery. Don't try to make foreseen changes onto this connection. Going to Amandabery. It doesn't make sure everything else. Why would you make it? And out of bounds. So this could be here, or this could be here. Not the other ones. But let's put it to 46 and put it to 40, and it should be connected to this Amandabery stations. Presume. Control 1 or anything else. And moving on with this one. Isn't connected yet, but it's different. Dearly none more than anything. What? At the end of the episode, there are some time each changes frequently done. Let's put another one. 16. Put in new ones. Let's not make sure that the zone will not be larger than I think. And add I don't really know one. And extend. And cannot use the top of the user. Demolish for placing. Whoops! The linear around that here onto that here, on that side. Let's try this here, but mostly could never do. So let's think twice, once or more once. Change full than the other one, but let's not put a thing here, but they think through this part. And the residential scratchy board needs more residential zones, but wait, then how does it matter going to this part of this contaminant regions on the side? So for now, I decided to demolish abandoned buildings. Lateral than the other one. And otherwise, it's under construction. nearly done. Uh, a requirement for this congestions or even another thing, check the route gearing. Too many cars going to this part. Stop. Oh, wrong side. Okay. Stop. Watch. Stopwatch is not stop. Doing everything else. Amandabery needs something. What is going on here? However, Amandabery needs a power line. Resume. No, it's from Schureberg. Since nothing else. Move on. And reconnect. Double click. Nothing much. 48 and 48. Not really quite a thing, huh? Is this really it? Check the route, which has so many buses. Okay, fast forward until the end of the year. Maybe quite a different cars could blow each other's. Ooh. And something's wrong with the water treatment plants. Not really. Check the data. The data should check the water pollution. No water pollution because they used the pollution condenser all off. Nothing really happened, but so anytime should be less. Let's make the new center or something. Wait, within anything, what would you ever see what is true or something, but I don't know. But the zone is too large. Add something more. And add something more, then others will go to this point. And it is over. Nothing what happened. We can use them there. I don't know how this happens. Where could be saying that all industrial buildings must be placed nearby. Stop. January 5 or January 2002 will be predicament. Stop. So every time Amandabery speaks through this point with a subway stationale, or it could be this probably, and whatever. What does everything could everything you need to do paragraphically, or astonishingly to be asymmetrical, one that asymmetrical with elevated rails or HSRP transit hubs, high rail pieces, monorail, rail, and elevated rail could railing lines or something. But Arkstraight, something going from Arkstraight. Yes. Actually, from Arkstraight going to this part of this Aconiscrazy. So, Aconiscrazy could be something else, but not whiteless or anything what. So, Aconis-Arkstraightening should be a thingy what you see this improvement for this question. But Aconis-Arkstraightening should be more than. But Arkstraightening going from this point and this point. So today Arkstraightening cities could be until Arkstraight or Aconiscrazy. Aconiscrazy and realizes how this happens would go to bridges a lot of cars. Check the news, or we don't go what? And check the neighbors. Import rate, it should be okay. So let's make it 5,000. We should spend 5,000 of this, but I don't really know how this happens or something else. What? Why could you bring something else or something what? And yeah, that's the end. So let's see what is going on in all Aconis-Arkstraightening cities. We'll be right back. Unfortunately, Arkstraight has been overdue in about 2 days ago. So the time-lapse limit is 5 years, not too much. And Amandabery is busy for now. Let's continue with this agricultural. Even if the agricultural is not correct, resume. Number 2. We need 2 years to back this thing up. And requires a well-known power. No, is this the one? It requires a power line. Okay, not really. Unfortunately, it's not good for all people. And not quite realistic. So for today, I decided to add more agricultural zones. About 9 times 9. So 9 times 9 should be 630. And 630. Turn on the grade before doing that. 490 and another 490. This will do the same work as do. Let me try it again. It's covered with trees. Trees are not so important. And no one will enter this part. So, frequently, nachschwasten. 810 and another 810. Could be the work to do with add more streets. Streets is also allowed. More done. First you need to decide what is agricultural. Agricultural is not the best thing to say. So for now, it's covered with trees. Demolish everything. Make a happier environment. 630, then 630. We will not be able to get more in than that. Nope. Not really. So small streets required. Okay, and frequently more. Oops, streets required. Guess not for something up. And the maximum should be 90. $90 is the possible limit. Would this be demolished by its own? Demolish its own. Unfortunately, Arkstraight has been delayed a while ago, or overdue, due to the impact of this following.
For what as follows, add more. If you don't want to add, save more. I've really done the shore of this thing here. And rotate. Rotate than that. Oh, excuse me. Stop. These areas are infected with this. What? Rebuild the highway. 48. Connect to Astonishing. Pretty not much as well. So try placing something more. Going to Arrostandi. Astonishing. Well, it's not quite good as well, but let's not just expand. It keeps out of thing here. So from the last time, it's make some custom method changes. The highway on slope. Straight highway on slope. Over here. And over here. Oh, give me one thing a second. We are not. We could not be able to place it right over here, but that doesn't seem right. Shift to control slopes. Alright then. Add a realistic highway. And it cannot be placed on the top of the reserve tiles. There you go. But I don't understand, but things whatsoever to happen. In other times, back to the custom interchanges. So for now, let's try something better than another one. But streets are not compatible with the following. What are the following here? What? Delaying that tourists don't matter. We could not be placed not here. Not really going here. What about that one? Unstable again. Place a bridge near here. And second, how does it possible to go into this part in one singular thing? 2. Needs an electrical line. And there you go. This is the agricultural areas. Turn off the grid. No more thing in here. But we could not build any more of this. So today there are 2 ferries going this side and to this side. Once I think you need to say that, and if you want to reach this area, failed. Morally done like that. Fast forward until the end of the year. still passing. And which sides goes here? Oh. Other ones are still on that side right here, but things cannot be changed here and here. So, back to the center. Let's make it a new center. Stop the clock! So what's the next thing? Since Auslavonia expanded the agricultural areas on the left side, or the western side. So for now, Arkstraight, Arrostandi, and Bamberoo will take 5 years to complete the time lapse. But it's overdue in about 2 days ago on the top left side. And Aconiscrazy will take 2 years only. So it's 2005 until it's 2007. So we're making a lot of population, making more than this than the other ones. So it's already in Schureberg, in the city capital in Caribbean region, and sometimes Auslavonia expanded the subway going to Scratchy Labor. Then rather than. And don't forget the weirdest thing. But there are no subways. Unfortunately. And ask for help. What to do, another one. Will this be demolished or no? Not quite. Resume. You can only build one subway station on that side and one subway station on the left before you can think positive. These plots are ploppable. Exit underground. Check the zones. Not the traffic zones only. But there are so many trees on it. Turn this thing off. Let's add some more trees on the next episode. Adding more trees might be a very short video. Not very short. Not quite. Add more. And add something more. 3 in 1. You'll be sorry. So, yeah, 155 per segment. Also, it can crash your desktop. Yeah. Let's try this here. And another thing would cost you much. Not the elevator. Check the route geary. Needs elevated. There's no train station right here. Or a sub. Nope, there's no subway station. Oh my god. Congestion. Think more twice as long as it takes. But it takes more time. Who will decide? And there you go. It's the way weird subway here. And don't forget to connect to Arkstraight. No, never connect to Arkstraight. There's already in this side. In which side goes in front of this side? In this part. And one final thing, that you should never go in this part. It's prohibited in going there. And otherwise, I never thought you want to get through, but I can't go there. And finally, it's a very strict thing here. Streets could be as far. And add more trees on the Schureberg side. More trees required. Planting more trees will grow more environments. Even more environmental thinking. That should do this thing for you. More surprises, more injectionists. Back to Mayo. One thing should be demolished. Abandoned buildings should be demolished. And our final goal is 300,000. But it goes there. And the other side is the residential. But it requires more residential zones. More residential zones required. Resume. Fast forward to add more and more in the other population. Required. 164,000 population. So, how many in now? That's the commercial. Commercial offices. Offices should less than nothing. Back to Blight and what you got. It's a very high density and cost as much as better. So at the end of the year, we should be more densiful. More offices walking by the streets. So a local avenue and this particular avenue or a roundabout which constrains more traffic. More traffic is more possible. So it requires more highways. Highways are more different than transit stations. Then check the volume. 0 to 300%. Subway, elevated rail trains. Road traffic, pedestrian, car, bus. Subway, elevated train, freight truck, freight train, passenger train, ferry, monorail. And the looping to loop. Loop the loop. Stop. November 16. And check the zones. Need at least one more thing that you should ever want to know. And check the budget. So in the next episode, you might going to think about disasters. Disasters are more possible. Sims, you drive it. And there are 5 of these ones. And the microphone. And don't forget to drive or always take something. There are no missions on this elevated train, freight train, or tank. And requires army base. Area 5.1. It will not be required as long as it takes. So on this 42nd episode, there should be more disasters, randomized disasters, meteorites, fires, earthquakes, or something else, volcanic eruptions, or even that, minor changes. I'll see you in the next episode.